Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. We don't have to buy it. We have choices. Let's get started and talk about it. I don't know about you guys, but many times I can feel like a victim when it comes to inflation and rising prices because there's some things that have just really gone up. And I told you guys before, I don't always have the best attitude about it. But that's what I wanted to chat with you about today, to say, hey, we don't have to be victims to this. And I wanted to give you some examples. The first, holidays. I know many times people feel like, oh, they've got to prepare for Christmas or buying a Thanksgiving meal or, you know, getting people graduation gifts, Valentine's, Easter, Hanukkah, you name it, right? Well, the bottom line is, if things have gone up a lot in price and we kind of want to save for something else, you know, who says we have to do these things? Many times we feel obligated because we're at the store, we see all these holiday displays. You know, we can have a discussion with family and friends and kind of bow out of that. We don't have to buy into and purchase some of these expensive items. Because one thing I have noticed is that I used to get great clearance stuff all the time on deep discount. There is not as much of that anymore, at least here in the Dallas area. So there's not as much option, at least where I live, on getting these phenomenal markdown deals like there used to be. Let me know if you guys have found that to be true, or is it just me? Okay, number two, we could spend a whole hour talking about food and food items. Example, and I've mentioned this before, one of the areas of my grocery budget that I know that I could cut if I needed to, if I had to go bare bones, I could cut out all drinks. In other words, goodness me, just drinking water. For example, I see a lot of people when I'm out at the stores buying their favorite pop, and they buy cases and cases of it, and yet they complain about, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. Well, let's say pop for a 12-pack used to be $5. Let's say you go to the store and it's now $7.75. You don't have to buy it. That's an option. And you could drink something called water, which what I'm doing right now. Or number two, you could make tea. Number three, you could try the generic version of the pop. I don't always find that to be the best though, but that's just me. Number four, you could buy it but have less of it, maybe 2 cans a week versus 1 every day. You know, there's options. That's the thing, is we might not always love these options, but you know, many times, you know, when they put these products out, they just assume that they're going to sell. Well, if your favorite ice cream used to be $5.50 for half a gallon and now it's $8.50, well, maybe you want to buy it, but buy it less often. Maybe make your own ice cream. That's the point I'm getting at, especially with groceries. There's a lot more options than we think, especially say with meat. I bought my husband a roast the other day for his birthday, and for a small roast it was $14. Well, am I going to purchase roast again? Yes, actually it wasn't for his birthday, it was for Father's Day, excuse me. I will, but I'm not going to purchase it as often as I used to. So when it comes to food and spending money, we do have options. We don't have to buy all the things we were used to buying. We can cut back and we can find alternatives. I think if we put our, you know, little thinking cap on, I think many of us would realize how creative we can get when it comes to grocery budget. And I'm pointing that finger and thumb right back at me because I'm the one that probably needs it the most. Okay, number three, services. There's all different kind of services that you might like, such as, you know, maybe possibly entertainment type services, you know, book services. Not that they're not fabulous, but if something goes way up in price, one thing I think a lot of people forget about when we talk about it is the library. I already mentioned this several times. I use the Libby app and I get all my books for free off there. I mean, there's music you can listen to on Fabulous Wonderful YouTube if you want. I mean, there's so many free or discounted services out there that if there's a service that you're paying for every month and you don't feel like you're getting value, or you feel the price has gone up way too much, you know, there are other options out there. Okay, number four, obviously we have to pay our bills. We can't send them a little note saying, love you, but we're not paying this month. But you know what? We could reduce what we're doing. Electricity, for example, in the summertime, I know our electric bill can go, you know, not our bill, but some people's electric bill can go high. Our bill is average, so I have the same bill every month. But, you know, you could always reduce what you're using. And I've known people to save a lot of money just doing that. You know, there's people that may have a mortgage payment and they can cut down on that by maybe paying their mortgage every other week and having it taken out of their, checking account. That would be another example right there. There's always ways to save. I know a lot of times I don't like making a phone call to change services, but if somebody really wanted to, they could change any of their services that they have to see if they could get a better deal and just as good a quality. In other words, I know that I probably should do more research than I'm doing to save on all of my services. And let me know in the comments below if any of you have saved some really good money on some of the services you have, whether it's cell phone, car insurance, homeowners insurance, etc. Cable TV, if you use it, internet, all of these things. Have any of you guys saved money by changing services? I'd love to hear from you guys. So, and also last but not least, entertainment. I see many people going out and they spend a lot of money, and not saying there's anything wrong with this. Everyone has to do what works for their budget, but they may complain about going out to eat. For example, I have a friend of mine recently that went out and she ordered some quesadillas, or she was going to order, but she looked it up online before she went. She used to pay $8 for those. Now the same exact thing is $14. And she said, you know what? I'm going to fix them myself at home. She said, I'm not paying $14 for quesadillas. And so we have choices. We could go to another restaurant. We could cook at home. We could have people over. We have so many options out there to us that I think if we did more research and took time to get creative, we could make it a game and it could be a lot of fun. We could really thrive during this time. And it'd be great if all of us lived near each other and we could all share everything we had with each other. I would love that. I don't know what we would call our town, but I'm sure one of you could come up with a good name. By the way, let me know areas and items that you're no longer purchasing because the price is too high, and maybe how you got creative and what you're doing instead to save money, something fun you're doing, and maybe alternatives that you have found. I always think it's good to stay positive. By the way, before signing off, I have to do this shout out to a channel I am binge watching called Ozark Family Homestead. I absolutely love this channel. This young lady that does it, she has 7 children. Her family is lovely. Everyone is always smiling, grateful. Everybody is cheerful. This particular young lady, who is a young mother of 7 children, she is always happy. She's always smiling, and she's always laughing. And I always go away feeling encouraged, and I always have a smile on my face. I think we need more YouTubers like her for sure. So let me know how you guys are saving money today, and let me know how you're getting creative with your budget. That's all I have to say for now. Let Ozark Family Homestead know that Money Mom sent you. That's all. I love you. I appreciate you. And please come back for tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.